These two grown men had never seen the Simpsons. How the fuck's that even happen? They're two grown men on a mission now, so buckle up and just strap in.
How do you love me? Will you love me forever? Do you need me? Will you never leave me? Will you make me so happy for the rest of my life? Will you take me away? Will you make me your wife?
These two grown men had never seen the Simpsons. It's America's Barley basket.
Welcome to episode 88 of America's Barley Basket. I am Nathan Fulsabuk. Sitting next to me, physically, is Marlon Wells.
Hello, Nathan.
Hello, Marlon.
How are you?
Fucking terrible. I'm not going to lie to the listeners. If I sound terrible, you can't imagine how I feel. It is infinitely worse.
What's the ailment, bud?
Hard living. The road. The sirens call the road has caught up to me.
All that candle burning is catching up with you.
Oh, boy. Everything's a wreck, but my undercarriage. It's just this toxic brew right now. Everything's poorly laminated down there.
Am I gonna have to burn that couch or what?
Man, these are my weekend pants. I only got one pair of weekend pants. I'm down to one. I'm gonna have to boil these. Hope I can get a few more washes out of them. Take him out front of the party cauldron. Get a good boil going.
Out in the front yard.
Boiling denim again.
Neighbors looking at what's he doing over there?
Homeless guys heating their hands over as I've got an oar stirring my weekend clothes. Scooch over, boys. I got a comforter. I got to squeeze it here.
Got a fresh load coming in here. Hang on.
I'm not sure if I shit in this comforter, but it don't smell good. Holy, what do they do over here? A neighbor saying, it's like, you having a bonfire?
A circle of hobos around a bubbling cauldron in your front yard, and your clothes are the things that smell the worst.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and they're like scared off by the smell.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to the soup kitchen. Ain't worth risking this.
I left the halfway house for this.
I don't want to breathe this in anymore.
Gross.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, good for you, bud.
Man,
good work.
I wish there was like an urgent care, but it was like just medically induced comas. I need a good 72-hour coma.
Listen, you just put me down for a couple of days here.
That honestly, when you said that felt so right. Just put me down for 3 days. Wake me up on Wednesday. Just pump me full of vitamins and shit.
Do you think you come out of a 3-day sleep well rested?
That's true.
Like, does someone who wakes up from a coma like, oh, I'm so refreshed?
Boy, I bet you got Gumby legs after that shit too.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And I'm not spry after a 6-hour sleep. I can't imagine a 72.
I had fucking Gumby legs yesterday because I went to a fucking Catholic funeral the day before, and that lasts 11 hours with plenty of fucking up and down, fucking kneeling. My quads was burning by the end of it.
Oh, do they still kneel?
Oh, yeah.
I thought, but some people don't. You can just stand, right?
Well, yeah.
Sit and stand.
Be a chump about it.
But last time I was at maybe it was all the Protestants that were at that funeral that didn't kneel.
They weren't playing along. Yeah.
But I remember the first time I was ever in a Catholic church was a funeral and seeing the little kneely board. Like, what the fuck is this? Then looking at my friends who were Catholic, fucking kneel. It's like, no shit. Look at this.
Like I don't partake in the Catholicism anymore. But if I got to go to a wedding or a funeral or something, I'll still play along. Yeah. Like I'll still play there.
See if that glove still fits.
I'm not checking for the glove because I'm not going to put it on again. But like, okay, I know your house rules. Yeah, you know?
It's fascinating how much that is ingrained into you to know the rhythm of a church service. You know?
They've changed a bunch of shit since I was a kid. Like, they changed a lot of the response lines. Like, priest says this, crowd says that, the call and response thing. And they changed a bunch of what those replies are supposed to be. So I just kept my fucking mouth shut throughout the whole service, mass, whatever.
Lift up your hearts. We will lift them to the Lord.
A lot of pomp.
Always
in a Catholic service.
Always wondering what creed. Ooh, what creed we getting? We getting Nicene Creed? We getting Apostles Creed?
What are we doing here?
There's a third creed, a lesser creed.
Scott Stapp's creed.
That's the arms wide open creed.
Yep. Yeah. So I had my fucking legs a burning.
What was Creed's first biggest hit off the original album though?
Oh, off of
My Own. It was My Own Prison. Was maybe that the song too?
My Own Prison, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That wasn't the name of the. Well, it might have been.
That's in the chorus of it at least.
Yeah.
Should have been dead on a Sunday morning. Fuck. I own that CD. I can't act like I'm better.
I'll put myself out there. I think My Own Prison's a pretty good song.
Yeah.
So.
I would say of Creed's of what they put out. And that album had a few big singles on it, I think. And then the next one.
There's at least one more. And then, that next one.
I was like with
Faces
Creed.
in Clay or whatever.
For a band that had sold, probably almost went diamond. Mm-hmm. They look like a fucking dipshit 14-year-old that got Photoshopped for their birthday fucking made their album covers. The album covers are horseshit. Like.
Yeah. Mark Tremonti, hell of a guitarist, was wasted on that band for too many years.
I've been told that. Yeah. It's too. Has he ever found a project after the fact they can?
I think Creed without Scott Stapp went on to be Alter Bridge with a different frontman, and they had a fairly decent, middling, active rock career.
Okay, good for him. Yeah. Like, does he maybe do some like?
I think he's done solo stuff
and produce. Like maybe he'll play guitar on like a pop singer's
guest track, some shit. Yep. So I'm sure he's paying his bills. I'm sure he's not starving to death. But
just think, Creed's first album sold more rock albums than the entire last year did.
Yeah,
or the last 5 years.
Because you don't buy albums.
Yeah.
We got Simpsons going on, buddy. We are in the thick of it, in the middle of season 20. Everything's high def now. It is 2009, and we are living
in the future.
We got 5 more episodes today. We're going to start with episode number 12, No Loan Again Naturally. I don't understand the reference. I'm sure it is one. Some fucking movie I've never seen. It's
a mid to late 70s one-hit wonder pop hit by a man named Gilbert O'Sullivan, I believe, and the song's called Alone Again Naturally.
Oh. Well, look at you go.
I don't know what recesses.
Black out for a second?
Yeah, I think what it was, a lot of my 80s or 70s AM gold knowledge comes from watching infomercials for like a thing called 70s AM gold, where just endless one-hit wonders of the 70s. And Gilbert O'Sullivan was. How did he get through? Because it's not like he was a fucking indie artist. He was a top 40 artist with that name. Why wouldn't they shorten that?
Right. To what? Gilly Soul?
Yeah, just Gil.
Gil?
Just Gil. Just as his first album was called Just Gil.
We're getting ready for Homer's yearly Mardi Gras party, and Homer goes big, apparently.
Jesus,
for
does
Mardi
he ever?
Gras. God damn. He's got the kids building a float. He's got... Like, during the party, he's, like, dressed as a king, throwing gold coins and shit to people.
We're probably right around Mardi Gras season as we speak, right?
We're getting close, yeah. I think it's usually in March or February.
February, yeah. Because it's right before Lent, right?
Yeah, it's the day before Ash Wednesday is Mardi Gras. So we got to be getting close. Mm-hmm. The party is a fucking hot banger. We get Marge insisting that he invite Ned because, like, everyone is there except poor Ned. Yeah. And Ned comes over, and right away, as soon as it's like, okay, gang, it's midnight. Now it's Ash Wednesday. Yeah. Put down the gin and fess up your sin, or whatever he says. When
Homer goes to ask him if he wants to part, because he's like doing some light gardening by the fence, and when fucking Barney pushes his head through, just barfs, and then when Moe and that drunk lady does, and Moe's like making eyes at her, and she looks at him, are you some kind of talking dog or something? And Moe is totally okay with that.
Yeah,
like,
sure, whatever you need. Yeah. Some good Moe content in this batch.
Yeah.
The aftermath of the party is rough. Backyard really looks like hell. We see Skinner's mom has apparently hooked up with Otto, the bus driver.
Yeah,
that's a good funny hookup there. Like, kudos to the writers. I forget who it is. I think it might be Lenny is asking Homer, like, how the hell do you afford this? You do this every year. How do you afford this? And Homer, much like me, does not know how a home equity loan works.
Just free money.
Yeah. Like anytime Homer or any dad really is like, it's free money. It's like, no, it for sure is not. Like that's how a lot of buddies of mine when I was 19 treated their credit cards. Yeah. Like, well, whatever. Yeah. Get this Bowflex. Why wouldn't I?
I want 2 Bowflexes.
Bowflex So they go to the bank. Gil working at the bank. We see Gil in high def for the first time. Looks a little weird. Looks younger. Everybody looks like more polished now in this show. Yeah. There's not that grit to the old animation. So like I think the old characters look too good now. Gil foreclosing on the house, which super fucking prevalent for 2009.
Right? Oh my God, never thought of that.
Extremely. I was as soon as I saw that like house for sale sign go in the yard, I was like, oh yeah, this is 2009 for sure.
The collapse, the Great Recession.
Yeah. At least all those people went to jail.
Yeah, right. Yeah, my God, yeah. I remember when I realized that, this actually might be a thing that like is actually, because you hear about, the stock market went up and down. When you're a fucking low level plebeian like I am, that doesn't affect your life.
Right.
But I remember when it was like all over the news, I drove, gas went down to $1.45 a gallon. I was like, that's a sign that the world's shutting down.
Right.
That like everything is constricting. If they can't no one's buying gas anymore, like. Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah.
Turns out.
I remember thinking like, will we ever see gas that low again? But then during
we did during
the
COVID.
Fucking COVID winter, COVID summer, that gas dropped down to nothing again. Like, just, think of that. Like gas under $1.50 a gallon, like giveaway prices.
And because of how the fucking media works, we're supposed to hate both things. We're supposed to hate low gas prices and high gas prices, and it's always whoever the other guy is. It's his fault. It's a fucking nightmare. We get the Simpsons there's gonna be a house auction. They're gonna foreclose on the house and sell it. Everybody taking this pretty hard.
Yeah,
everybody's pretty put out by this. Marge in particular, really taking it hard. There's a fucking great gag where Homer hangs himself from the tree in the front yard, and he kicks that fucking chair out from under him and hangs from the branch, and then the roots come ripping up out of the tree and crashes down. That was fun. So we're at the house auction now. We're having it out on the front yard. The Simpsons have moved out. The house is empty. Marge doing a bunch of crying about losing their home.
I think with Marge, that's also like her workplace. She's there all the time.
Probably hits Marge doubly hard. So at the house auction, Bern's going to buy it because, of course.
What does he need it for again?
His cufflinks. He's going to store his cufflinks in the Simpson home. The idea of having so many cufflinks that you need a home for them.
So great.
Do you own a pair of cufflinks?
Oh, I appreciate that you would even ask that question.
I should have considered my audience.
I was going to say, like, I actually do own a tie. I forgot that I do. I've never worn it once. It was part of what was called a geek box. Remember that monthly?
Sure, yeah.
I got as like a loot crate. I got a loot crate for Secret Santa one time.
Yeah,
and it had it as a tie in it.
A fun one.
Yeah, but not like garish. So if I was to need to wear a tie, that would be the tie I would wear.
Okay,
it's black with little white dots, but if you look at the dots, they're the little not Senate or Spaced Invaders robots from the Atari game.
Oh, sure. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a very neat. Yeah, I was like, that's a sharp looking tie. Huh. Well done, Loot Crate. If you want to sponsor us, I'd take another Loot Crate.
Absolutely. Yeah. Is that still a thing? Is that still alive?
I hope so, but it might
I bet
not
it
be.
is.
Yeah.
Like that was. I remember that being one of like the OG subscription boxes, and now everything's a fucking. You can get meat in a fucking monthly subscription box now,
unrefrigerated.
Yeah,
just room temp meat.
Wet.
What are you gonna need your meat cold? You fucking puss. Eat those chicken fillets. Jesus Christ. taking chicken fillets at a room temp out of a soggy cardboard box. It says here I don't even need to cook them, hon. No, baby, it's really browbeating me. I need to eat these things raw. Oh, fuck.
Oh, God.
Slurping down a fucking 80-degree fucking been sitting
Chicken
on your
cutlet.
patio. Oh boy, that's
like a seal with a fish.
Yeah, I don't.
Gucking it back.
That's pure salmonella. I fucked up. Oh,
I at least like mine medium rare. No, you got to cook chicken longer than that.
Cooking my chicken fillets blue.
Oh.
Eating it like in a Claire, a gooey center.
Fuck you. Jesus
God, that'd be so fucking gnarly. Just a crispy edging on it and slurping the guts out of a chicken fucking fillet. We're having fun.
Well, that was horrifying. Yeah. You're still with us after that. Thank you, you angels. Nope, don't like that.
Or pork. I like my pork extra wet. That's not how we serve pork.
You can have like a medium or a medium rare pork chop now.
Could you?
Whatever that thing was, they eradicated that.
Oh, what was it?
I forget the name, but there was a specific thing. Like, what's the thing you get if you eat coon or bear? Like something,
yeah, you're right.
trichinosis or something like
that. Yeah,
like whatever that was in hogs, they've eradicated. So you can have like a soft in the middle or wet in the middle pork chop if you like.
We have exciting news. You can't get the bear plague from our pork chops anymore.
Stay tuned for more pork facts.
The coon scare is over. Enjoy your pork however you want.
Your number one source for porcine facts right here, baby.
We will calm all of your porcine hysteria.
Oh, porcine hysteria. Pretty good band name.
Yes, it is.
So I do own cufflinks is where this all started.
Oh boy, what a roundabout way of getting there. They're nice. Anyhow, moving on.
Yep.
I like them.
Silver. Yep. Going to a Catholic funeral, took it as a perfect opportunity. I sent you a photo, bought and wore a motherfucking bolo tie. And I gotta say, Nathan, it felt right.
Yep.
It felt so right.
Yep.
It felt correct. I felt like I was where I needed to be.
Don't deny your heritage.
No,
I'm shocked you had to buy one. I figure you had like a mourning bolo for funerals, like a celebratory bolo for weddings.
Yeah, a party bolo and a sad bolo.
Yeah.
So Burns wants to buy this house for his cufflinks. I like the fancy auction whenever I see this
paddle?
in anything. Yeah, with a paddle. Like you see it at like art auctions and antique auctions. But because what I think of as an auction sale is not that at all.
It's me eating a slush burger in the hot sun.
Calling it a slush burger like an asshole.
I know, yeah.
It's a sloppy Joe.
I used to be against calling it slush burgers till I realized you dislike it more than I do. So
Yeah.
It makes for good podcasting.
Yeah, it's like doing a podcast with Twitter.
Yeah. I always like with a fucking farm auction that you can make a decision on a $75,000 purchase of farm implement with just a simple nod of your head.
Yep.
That's all it takes.
You can accidentally spend way too
You can
much
accidentally become a farmer.
Yeah.
Oh, I own a
Whoopsie
combine.
doodle.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I going to do with this chisel plow? I guess I'll work up some land, I guess.
Where does one find land?
I went to a friend's wedding over last summer. And it was like a country wedding out in a fucking barn, and they were doing the garter auction. Is that a thing where you come from?
Mm-hmm.
Where they auction off the bride's garter? And I was with somebody who doesn't, like, this was new to him. And I explained, and, and they got like a real deal, cattle auctioneer doing it, so it's, doing the fucking auction thing. And you got callers out there. Yep. Like a fucking regular auction sale. And he didn't understand what the price was at and fucking threw his hand up like, yeah. And the price was up to something like $700. And his fiance slapped the shit out of him like, what are you doing? And there was this heartbreaking moment where for like 40 seconds, no one else bid on it. And he was just like, oh God, I don't have 700. What are we doing?
I fucked up. I fucked up.
But somebody else bought it. Thank God.
An adult witnessed the situation.
Yeah.
This fucking pair of clown shoes here got it over his head.
His fucking, his fiance would have stabbed him over that.
Fucking sell his body to come up with $700.
Fucking tank our credit because you thought you wanted to buy my coworker's piece of underwear. What's wrong with you?
God, what a weird thing too. It's or always when it's done, it's like I don't want it. Just fucking
they always give it back.
Yeah, it's like I don't. Does anyone? What's the reason for a garter?
It's a way for a new couple to get some money. Yeah, you know.
What a weird thing.
Same with the dollar dance. You know, it's just a way to give them some money.
Oh, the dollar dance. Yeah, I was trying to think. What are the other fundraisers at a wedding? But yeah, the garter thing and then the dollar dance. That's about it.
Not about it. That's all I can think of anyway.
Yeah. Or is there a? What are the other like things that happen, the traditional things, the stealing of the bride or the groom, go grab a drink somewhere.
Yeah, the kidnappings. Yeah.
Kidnapping makes it sound
like a hell of a lot of fun. Yeah.
One way to look at it. There's other things too with God.
There's like,
been a hot minute since I've been in a wedding. There's a time. How many weddings have you been in where you were wearing a tux?
One.
Oh, no shit.
Like wedding that I've been in, like got to stand at the front with the group.
Yeah, or even an usher if you got a tux on.
Yeah, one.
Fuck, I think I've been in 7 or 8.
Jesus.
This is wild, right? I was in 3 weddings I think, was it 3 weddings in 4 weeks? I worked at a call center. I could not afford that tux payment. That was outrageous, yeah. Just rattling them off of my head. But yeah, I can think of most of the weddings I've been
I'm also like an only child who's not really close to any of his cousins, you know? Yeah, so like the one I was in was a friend, just strictly a friend.
Yeah, I got 1 cousin, 1 brother, and then probably 4 or 5 friends. Ever been a best man?
No, I was an usher at the one I was in.
I've been a best man once.
Look at you, brother.
Nope. Buddy.
Okay.
Yep.
Right on.
I'm trying to think what the responsibility is besides setting up a bachelor party. Is that about it?
Give a speech.
The ring and the speech. Yep.
Yeah, the ring and the speech. There you go. And just be a good dude. Like get him what he needs that day.
Yeah. Which I don't even remember any of that. God,
that sounds right for a North Dakota wedding. Just shit house the whole time.
Yeah. Well, that was always back home. The pastors were always don't be drunk at the church. That was always a rule. No being drunk. You be hungover, but just don't be drunk at. There's plenty of time later that night to get drunk.
I've seen a lot of hungover folks at weddings. Now that I think about it.
I don't even dislike the wedding process that much. I hate the sitting around for 4 hours.
Yeah.
For the 4 minutes of pictures a groomsman has to be in. Because you just desperately want to be sleeping somewhere and not in a tuxedo. Mm-hmm. But you're just sitting there on a church fucking pew, often hotter than balls, just waiting fucking for the one picture that involves you.
Yeah.
No one's going to look at these ugly fucking pictures. Everyone's got the fucking whiskey sweats. This is what you want hanging in your house? These terrible haircuts. You think your fucking ugly ass husband's ugly ass buddies. These fucking you and your big heifer fucking bridesmaids. Jesus Christ! You want to be reminded of that? Fuck me.
Whew. Nathan coming hard at marriage.
It's the ugliest offensive line I've ever seen. No skill position players in that wedding.
Nope. Just bodies to fill holes.
Yeah, it's just fucking. They all got that phone booth violence. They can't reach out and get you, but if you get near them, they'll fuck you up. Bitch gave me the 1,000 palm strike. Just ask for a number.
Like E-Honda.
Yeah. Some of them even got hair like him. That tight little up top pony.
Oh, shit.
Just told her she had nice haunches. You're filling in really good this summer. Stouter than ever, Bethany. Leg sweep? Who saw that coming?
Didn't think he had the hip flexors to get down so low, enough, but I'll be damned. Whew.
5'1", 275 pounds. The ground and pound. I could not. She got the high ground. Tried to sunset flipper as too stout. Too stout and sunset flip needs to be a byline on some woman's Tinder profile. You gonna get any of those cheap pins here, baby? No schoolboys, no small packages.
Bring a fucking roll up into my house. Fuck you.
Oh, Simpsons.
So they're auctioning the house. Ned steps in and is the fucking MVP, buys the Simpson house for $101,000, outbids Burns by 1,000, and then the auctioneer looks back at Burns like, "You gonna come back?" And he's like, "I've already lifted this thing once today." Like he doesn't bid again because he physically can't lift the paddle again, but knows it. It's not like he's fighting trying to do it. He's just like, "No, I've already done it once."
Yeah. He has something like, "Who do you think I am?"
Right, like I guess I'm out.
Yeah.
So Ned buys the house and rents it back to the Simpsons kind of just for free until they get back on their feet, because Ned is a fucking angel person. But it turns out the house is kind of a fucking money pit, and he has to fix everything now because now he's a landlord, and the Simpsons all take advantage of that. The Simpsons all suck.
Even Marge is kind of shitty.
Even Marge, yeah.
We're getting fucking peak shitbag Homer, too.
Yeah.
Fucking Homer's a piece of shit in this one.
Yeah, I have my very next note says, "God, Homer sucks" in this episode. Just a shitbag, constantly fucking calling up Ned, calling him in the middle of the night and being like, "Oh, you gotta come fix this." They got a fucking gas leak that's like a flamethrower coming out of their goddamn wall. The place is a pit. And Homer takes it a step further and has fucking Kent Brockman do a slander piece on Ned.
Like he's a slumlord.
Yeah, like, "Oh, this poor family has to live in this fucking dirtbag house because their piece of shit landlord won't do anything to fix it." Like, what the fuck?
And I'm trying to think of the name of the piece. Is it Better Off Ned or something like that?
Something along those lines, yeah. So Ned gets pissed and he's going to toss him out. He finally has had enough. Fucking finally. It took too long, of course, because Ned is an angel.
Yeah.
Ned's pissed, gonna toss him out, but Homer finds a loophole where he can't get evicted if a senior citizen lives there. So he goes and gets Abe from the retirement castle, and I love that Abe is like, "I get to live in a real house, like a real human being." And then he hits the brakes on his wheelchair like, "Wait, what's the catch?" And him and Homer have that little back and forth of like, "Listen, you can live there, but it's for my own gain." And they're both okay with that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, all of the old folks in the old folks' home are like waving goodbye, so happy for him that he gets to live in a real house.
Oh my God. Yeah,
I think one of them says, "Tell people what you saw here." Christ. Oh, God. We get right here the first time we see someone watching television after the HD switch answers our question to last week's question. The Simpsons still have an old tube TV. Yeah. I was curious if they had updated it with HD being the thing now, and with an HD TV in the opening credits, but nope. Still rocking
reliable
old tubey. Now, so Homer thinks he's got it all figured out, and he's like, "You can't evict me now because Dad lives here." And Ned's like, "Actually, he lives with me now." And so Ned had at some point gone over there and convinced Abe to live with him. I'm sure it's better. How could it not be?
Oh my God, yeah.
Fucking, he points up at Grandpa who's in the window, and he sticks his head out and goes, "Flanders feeds me people food."
In an episode pretty bereft of laughs, that might have been my favorite.
That was great. So now he can throw the Simpsons out and does.
God, bravo.
Good for you, Flanders. We get the family trying to sleep in this fucking homeless shelter that looks like a Katrina fucking
Yeah, it's
setup.
exactly what it looked like.
Yeah, just cots in a fucking giant airplane hangar building. And they're all sad, of course. And then we cut to Ned renting to a new couple, signing up a contract. They're going to rent in the Simpson house, and they're perfect renters because they're both essentially just Ned.
Yeah.
Like, Ned could not find better renters and or neighbors. But as soon as they sign the contract, he gets all sad because he misses the Simpsons, and he brings the Simpsons back.
I think he sees like a broken frame picture of him with them.
Yeah. And that's the end of the episode. Ned couldn't stay gone from them Simpsons, so he lets them back in, and all the financial shit just works itself out off screen. So
pretty meh episode.
I spent a lot of this episode being real pissy at the Simpsons. Like, you guys suck shit.
Yeah.
I did like the Mardi Gras stuff up front, but there's not very much of it. But what is there was good.
Yeah. Yeah, that part, the just the visuals of the party were pretty good.
Yeah, we should have a Mardi Gras party.
Oh.
You want to get some masks on and drink too much rum?
Oh boy,
I'm in for that.
I mean, normally I don't want the masks. Fuck, I'll put a mask on.
I got two. I got one over there and one over there.
Yeah.
That one is a Mardi Gras mask.
Oh, no shit.
You can fucking throw that bad boy on.
Oh well, there we go. Just lay in your parking lot and drink rum.
Yeah,
in masks. Spring break. It's not spring break. It's Mardi Gras.
It's fucking Mardi Gras.
Oh.
Damn it, Nathan. You got the wrong kind of beads. You got the tiny little, like, native beads.
Don't throw my puka shells. Those were a gift.
Shout and show me your tits and all of the neighbors.
Yeah.
Damn it, Nathan.
Let's see those beat up titties.
How much rum have you had?
Too much.
Oh, God, no.
I pre-gamed.
Why would you pre-game a Mardi Gras party?
For an event with free rum.
God damn it, Nathan. Put down that bottle of Kraken.
I shit my car. Holy fuck. Watching somebody shit in a goddamn grocery bag in the back of a car in broad daylight. I'm ready to party. You didn't wipe your ass. You go back in that car. Figure it out, bud. We can't have you with poo-poo butt running around here. This is a all-day event. You're going to get fucking diaper rash. Overhearing that conversation in your apartment parking lot on 11 a.m. on a weekday.
On a Tuesday. Mardi Gras happens on a Tuesday.
We can't have you. Remember fucking Wee Fest? He had that diaper rash so damn bad. That man's 45.
I'm just going to lose the bottoms and bake it in the sun. It'll be fine. Jesus.
No, which we're an optimist, but god damn it.
Whew. Oh, shit.
Oh, episode 13.
Let's do it.
Gone, Maggie, Gone. You ever seen Gone, Baby, Gone?
No.
That's a good movie.
Is that Affleck?
Casey Affleck. Perhaps directed by Ben, starring Casey.
I'm thinking of Gone Girl.
Okay.
Which has Affleck, I think. Ben.
Okay, yeah. Which I've seen that, I just don't remember it as well.
I think it's Casey Affleck that is in the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Yeah.
And he is so fucking unnerving in that movie.
Yeah, he's a terrific actor.
Yeah, Casey Affleck, especially playing a creep, like playing Robert Ford in that movie. Fuck, that movie's good.
God, I haven't seen it in ages. I haven't seen it since it was in the theater, but yeah, it's a good one.
It's a real good flick.
He did a movie probably like, I don't know, 5 or 6, 7 years ago called Manchester by the Sea.
Okay.
Which is perhaps the most depressing fucking movie ever made. And he is so fucking good in it.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's him and a blonde-haired gal, great. It's one of our best actresses, Michelle Williams. Pops up, and you'd recognize her if you saw her.
Okay.
She was in Dawson's Creek like 20 odd years ago too. Like,
no, never saw it. Yeah. Never saw a frame.
Speaking of Dawson's Creek, The Simpsons, they're both TV shows.
Okay. You know what? Fuck me.
We
You're
needed
right.
something.
Yeah.
We couldn't go down a Michelle Williams tangent.
Oh, I'm glad you found your life rap.
This can't be the WrestleMania 4 of podcasts. We got to keep this ain't a 2 VHS tape. There's going to be a 1 VHS tape. We don't need a collector's edition.
Oh, shit.
Solar eclipse hits Springfield. We get it shows the ramifications of what happens. I did like the gag of Ed Begley's solar car stopping on the railroad tracks, but it narrowly avoids disaster because the train is an Ed Begley solar train.
Yep, that's a good gag.
Yeah, that was a good gag.
We haven't dunked on him in a long time. He's straight up in an episode 10 fucking seasons ago, if not more. Ed
Begley is well more known for just being environmentalist Ed Begley for any acting role he's had.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even name what Ed. Yeah.
Not off the top of you would have to think about it.
Yep. He might have been in the show 30 something back in the early 90s on ABC, which
I don't know that one.
Yeah. It's one of those boomers up their own ass, just
okay.
Like just in love with their own problems kind of thing. My generation didn't get a 30-something. There should have been a 30-something reboot. Ours are just, it's getting to the point that they're just going to seem like fucking like disaster movies.
Yeah.
Like everything's broke. No one owns a house.
Oh, no. Yeah. Like the honest sitcoms that will come within the next 10 years are going to be real sad.
Yep. 7 adults living in a house together because they have no other option.
And it's their parents' house. One of their parents is.
Yeah. Yep. Everyone's using each other's food stamps.
They all work 11 jobs. They have one Netflix password between them.
What a life. So the Simpsons are all they got fucking eclipse fever. Who hasn't had a bad case of eclipse fever? They're all jazzed up.
Eclipses are cool.
Yeah.
Like it's, you may as well get hype about it. Why not?
I think we're going to get a pretty wild solar eclipse in the next 10 years.
We got a good one just a few years ago.
I've never seen full whatever Lisa says the term.
Yeah, full whatever full coverage or whatever it is.
I've never witnessed that before.
I saw the one, like, I was at work, and it was, 2017 or 2018 probably. That we had a good one. We had a good one here. Got to go outside and look at it with the special glasses.
That was and I think if you lived in the southern full totality is what it's called.
There you go.
Yep. Because I know there's footage of a mid-afternoon Tennessee Titans football practice, and all of a sudden it looks like midnight. I was like, that's fucking gnarly.
Wild.
Yeah,
I bet if you were a caveman back then when this happened,
end of the world.
Yep, this is it. It's over. The sun went away.
Yeah, the good Lord saw me horse around with my butthole, and now retribution. I'm sorry. I goofed up.
I was jamming on my boy button the other day, and now the sun god took the sun away.
Yeah, in his infinite rage, he's me touching my party hole.
never played with his dirt button ever again.
I promise. So the Simpsons have all built cardboard. I think they're called camera obscuras. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
It's a way of looking through a tube so you don't burn your fucking retinas. And Homer ruins his because he's a fucking idiot, and Marge is too nice and borrows hers to Homer. So they're all watching the majesty of the eclipse. And eventually Marge they're all talking about how beautiful it is. So she just looks up right into it.
Couldn't help it.
Just gives it a good stare. And what happens? The sun comes back out, and Marge's eyes get destroyed by the sun. And it fries her eyeballs. It's Marge shouldn't be able to see after that, but so Marge they bring her to Dr. Hibbert, who gets her eyes all bandaged up. It kind of has to just, as one would assume, just being told, "Hey, you got to take it easy. Just don't remove." How long is the bandages on? Is it 2 weeks?
I think it's a couple weeks. Yeah.
Yep. So that's where we're at. So,
and try to remain stress-free because it'll fuck up your eyes.
So the rest of the family tries to run the household in Marge's absence. And right away it seems like it might be doing okay. But then the fact that it gets infested with rats.
Immediately.
How quickly things go downhill.
And I like the out of nowhere Ratatouille joke. That's pretty fun. Where the rat is driving Homer and making him cook food.
Yeah, no kidding. And
must have been about the time. Of Ratatouille, right?
Yeah,
a year or two after.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
And they're hiding all this from Marge because again they don't want her to get her dander up. And so Homer, for some insane reason, brings Maggie and the dog when he goes to buy rat poison.
Yeah.
And this might have been my favorite scene in the whole episode. Like the fact that Maggie is just drawn to the rat poison. And we get the Barley guy working there. They're the kids. They just love this rat poison.
Yeah, they love that candy-looking rat poison. Yeah.
It's a gigantic jar of rat poison. So it's chaos because he's fighting with Maggie and the dog is fighting with him and he's trying to carry a 5-gallon drum of rat poison. I don't think he needed that much rat poison, but who am I to say? So we just get endless, just nonsense. And eventually they end up having to go by foot or then they have to cross a river. It's nuts. So it's like, well, I can't have the dog and the baby in the car and the boat the whole time. So I think what he does is he takes the boat and brings Maggie across and then he goes back and gets the dog and the rat poison and comes back and Maggie is gone. Oh, he also left her on like the stoop of a convent too.
Right. Have you ever done one of those? That's a well-known puzzle that I think it's called the fox, chicken, and feed puzzle.
Oh, no.
Oh, you don't know that puzzle?
No.
Yeah, it's I've seen it a dozen times. I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, I figured it must have meant something.
Yeah, because they spend a lot of time with it. Like, how do you get these 3 things across, but these 2 sets of 2 can't be together?
Oh, interesting.
And you have to do it one at a time. Like, that's like a math logic puzzle that I've seen several times.
Now that you say that does sound familiar. So they have to figure out what the fuck are we going to do because they won't give Maggie back. So the thinking is let's disguise Lisa as a nun. She can get on the inside and she can find Maggie and all is well. And this is kind of when it goes down a goddamn Da Vinci Code chain of events. And that shit I've never seen it, read a book or seen a movie. It just looks so fucking dull.
I read the book and saw the first movie, and both of which were fucking dreadful. Like, I read the book because it was the hot thing that you had to read, and I might as well check it out. And I was like, boy, that's fucking dumb. And then they announced it was coming as a movie, and I was like, well, I mean, I got to see how they're going to do this because that was dumb. And it turns out the movie, also not good.
That fucking book was a huge bestseller.
Oh, yeah. That thing was everywhere.
So now they get some backstory. It involves the Freemasons and a hunt for a rare jewel, which that church has hidden. Cutting back to the house, Homer's having to do all sorts of shit to hide Maggie's disappearance from Marge. We get some good sight gags there too.
Yeah, of him with his arm, pretending to be Maggie.
Yeah. So then we cut back. We have Lisa again. She's deep cover. Mm-hmm. They still think she's like a young nun.
There's a moment in this nunnery where they show the nun singing songs to all the little kids, and she's going, "If you're happy and you know it, that's a sin."
Yeah.
Fuck me, I was dying at how funny that was. Whew. Also, when Homer first realizes that a nun took Maggie, he slams into the door after going, "Catholics!" He's real alarmed.
Yeah.
And I forgot, oh yeah, it wasn't that long ago we had the weird Catholic episode of this show.
So Lisa again is trying to find out what's going on. That's when she runs into Skinner and the comic book guy.
Yeah, who are puzzle heads.
Dorks for puzzles. And that's when we also get more backstory. Fill her in on the mysterious jewel that the monastery has kept hidden for years. Because they got it, the Freemasons want it. It's kind of how it breaks down.
And I really liked the weird flashback of and the Revolutionary War was all a disguise to hide their search for the jewel, and George Washington and King George and Ben Franklin all palling together,
shaking hands,
then pretending to fight when someone comes walking by. That shit was funny.
So that's where they're at now. Lisa's kind of got all the information she needs, and then she solves the puzzle. And it turns out that she is the jewel. At least that's what she thinks right away.
Yeah.
Turns out our girl Maggie is the jewel. At least Lisa, of course, a little salty about that. Yeah. Lisa's, while a good person, she got an ego. She thinks she should be the belle of the ball in this case. And that's why they kept Maggie, is they had a hunch that Maggie could be the one. And Maggie ascends to her throne. And sure enough, peace. She has like supernatural powers. Peace reigns supreme throughout. All of the hostility's gone. Everyone's living hand to hand. And that's when a goddamn fucking blind or bandaged up Marge bursts in because she can sense that Maggie's there, and she fucking grabs Maggie off the throne. They plead with her, and she's like, nope. Her whole thing is like, God should know how much I love my daughter or something like that. Yeah. And then we get like them in the car, and kind of her questioning, oh, maybe I didn't choose the right decision, but you know, that's my kid, this and that and this and that. And it's like, and then what do we get really like? Once they get Maggie out, is there any jokes after that?
The Bart ending, because
Bart becomes like the reign of terror.
Yeah, they put Bart in her place on the throne, and like the apocalypse starts.
Yeah, he's like the Vlad the Impaler. Yeah,
yeah. With like full on like the earth opening up and pieces of this church flying off and a vortex in the sky. Like they went really hard on the visual effects.
There's a scene in this one. The only couple good laughs, but it was Bart pretending to be Lisa at bedtime.
Oh,
as part of the charade to keep Marge in the dark that Lisa was gone. Like, that was good.
He does his hair quick like her and puts her pajamas on and hops out the window and flies into her room just in time for Marge to do the good nights. And then he can't say good night back to her, so he just starts playing the saxophone horribly.
And she starts fucking scatting. Holy fuck. Again, not a lot of laughs, but that one fucking was good.
That gag was super funny.
That was weird Marge. I love the weird Marge bits.
Yeah.
But that Da Vinci Code shit just so fucking lame and just like, ugh, why do we got to fuck with this? But
like having seen it and known it, and it's like, you know, it was kind of fun to see the Simpsons like crack fucking wise at it. I think it also lent itself to some really good visual effects of like when Lisa opens up the first clue and there's that massive elaborate Rube Goldberg machine that takes way too long. Yeah. Like that would have been harder to do or not looked as cool if it weren't in this new animation style. So I was like, that's cool. They got to flex their dick a little on that.
Taking advantage of the opportunities that now present themselves.
Yeah, may as well. So as a whole, it was fine.
Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts too.
Get some comic book guy, which we don't get very often these days, so I'll take it. Episode 14 is called In the Name of the Grandfather. We get the Simpsons. They've been duped by Marge to go to the Home and Garden show at the local convention center.
That sounds so awful. As a little kid.
You ever been to one of these?
No.
Because there's a big one in Fargo every year in the spring. The Home Lawn and Garden Show. Having worked in radio as long as I did, like you were constantly giving away tickets to the Home and Lawn Garden Show. And fucking people would call. They would be mad if they didn't win. Like just animals.
Yeah. Fuck, like how do you think this works? Like it's all luck. There's no skill involved with calling into a goddamn radio contest. Like
the Home Lawn and Garden Show, I've been to it because I've had to broadcast. Because not only that, then the day of the show comes and you gotta we're out here live at the Home Lawn and Garden Show. Come out and ask fucking Skippy over here to register for a free lawnmower.
Look at all these complimentary can koozies with Q93 the fart.
And then you immediately shut off the microphone when your break is done, and you like, God, I wish I were dead.
Yeah,
like
get a good cry in a porta potty.
I guess I'll go wander around. My next break's not for 40 minutes. I guess I'll go wander around, look at grills.
Yeah, these cook food all right.
Oh, they sure do get hot, huh?
On to the next one.
No, I live in an apartment.
I don't want a Traeger grill. Again, I don't have a balcony.
Right. Yeah. Can we interest you in some sod? No. I still live in an apartment.
I don't know how many times I have to reiterate.
You want to feel like a second-class citizen, be an apartment renter at the Home Lawn and Garden
Just looking
show.
at you like you're sick.
Yeah.
What
just
the
like,
fuck kind of freak.
We have a space for you people.
Yeah. It's the coffee table expo. It's next weekend.
The Simpsons are there looking around. They're all pretty down on the Home and Garden show until they find the hot tub section.
Yeah.
And I, God damn it, do I love a hot tub.
Yeah.
I've never understood a hot tub outside though. Like,
oh, really?
I guess if you're a homeowner, where the fuck else are you gonna put it? It makes the most sense, but I don't know. Maybe a hot tub outside is all right. Yeah. I've only ever been in a hot tub at a hotel pool, so I don't know these things.
Yeah, I've been in a couple outdoor. I mean, I don't know if I'd want it fucking 40 below, but it's kind of nice. Like if it's like fucking 40 degrees and chilly outside, you get in that fucking hot tub. All is right in the world.
Yeah, I love a hot tub. The Simpsons end up getting one. They get the Big Dick Daddy fucking hot tub.
That's a great name for a hot tub.
And then they become addicted to the hot tub and they can't fucking leave it. They've got it in their backyard and they're all just fucking they're all just really soaking deep.
It was a good visual gig of Maggie just floating on like a pool toy.
Yeah, she's on a little floaty. And then at one point, Marge is like, "Oh no, we're attracting swingers," and they show coming across their lawn Disco Stew and the fucking Hibberts.
Yeah, and Mrs. Krabappel.
That was the other one. Jesus.
Yeah.
And Marge fucking goes out and shoos them away.
Yep.
Ned comes over and partakes and fucking loves it.
Still ripped.
Yep, yoked Ned.
Yeah, always forget that about him.
Yeah, Ned's a fucking beefcake. Ned and who's the other? Willie. Willie also a fucking He-Man beefcake. Yep. I like that Ned has a shower cap for his little mustache. That's a nice touch.
That's a nice visual.
The Simpsons, we're not told how much time passes, but you're given the impression that they haven't left this hot tub in a long time. They're ignoring everything else, and they miss Family Day at the old folks' home. And the image of Abe trying to do the wheelbarrow race by himself
with no one to hold his ankles
is real sad. And I also thought to myself, boy, I could not hold myself on my hands with my feet in the air if you put a gun to a loved one's head. Like, there's no way.
I'm just not cut out for this physically.
Abe is super fucking devastated about this and destroys the hot tub. We get a way too long gag of them flopping like banked fish.
Yeah, right when you think it's over, you get a couple more.
A couple more flaps. That sound is pretty good. And they're like, "Oh Christ, we'll make it up to you. We'll do something real, not just some fucking horse shit. Make it up to you." Yeah. And Abe has a bucket list of things he wants to do before he's dead. Homer picks one off of there, which is to have a beer at is it O'Flanagan's?
Yeah.
In Ireland again.
That sounds right. Yeah.
So the Simpsons are going to Ireland.
Oh. The episode nobody requested, but we got anyhow.
I thought of you right away. Yeah. It was like, because I know you are not a huge fan of these.
We've had a few in the last 3 seasons that really have that feel, but then it kind of turns out to be not quite that much. But this one's a real.
This is a classic.
We're in Ireland. What are the Simpsons gonna do next?
Right. Yeah. There have been some that feel like half steps. Yeah. But they didn't say it. But this is the Simpsons are going to episode. So they fly over there. The pilots are leprechauns, of course.
Of course.
They lean in pretty hard into the Irish shit in this one. We get a flashback to young Abe when he was in the military and how much he loved this pub and how everyone's just drunk and fighting and everything. I don't know which aired first, but this felt a whole lot like the Family Guy Goes to Ireland episode.
Never seen.
Oh, yeah. It real close. But Now they get to what is supposed to be this quaint little Irish village, but it's turned into a modern fucking small city, with people on fucking Bluetooths. And this at once feels like, let's crack some jokes at Ireland, and we are old men gonna crack jokes about technology and young people.
They don't understand how anything works.
So they go to that pub that he was so hyped to go to, but there's no customers anymore. No one ever goes to pubs anymore, is the whole thing.
Everyone's yuppies now.
Yeah, everyone's all yuppies.
The Irish Tiger, I think what they referred to as the Irish economy, was sort of kicking ass in the 90s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Irish Tiger?
Yeah, because it was like taking over Europe's economy.
Okay, I'm pretty into that.
Yeah. Also, good band name.
I was going to say wrestler.
Wrestling name
or
too.
drink.
Yeah, right. Oh, my God. I would drink an Irish Tiger.
Can I get 3 Irish Tigers?
Yeah.
Sir, I can't serve you another Irish Tiger. You've had too many Irish Tigers. Stop saying Irish Tiger. While they're at the pub, Marge and the kids go out sightseeing, and this is where we check off all of our Irish check boxes. Yeah. We get, what's the stone structure that's all the stacks, the Giant's Causeway, Giant's Pathway,
something like that.
Giant's something or another.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's a real thing that looks fucking bonkers. I like that kind of shit. I like, oh, fucking look at you, nature. Look at the wild shit you're doing. That's where we get a fun Q*bert joke.
Yeah.
Which I was like,
with
really?
the music and everything.
Yeah. I was like, a Q*bert joke in 2009. I'll be damned.
Good for you guys.
They tour the Guinness factory. They go to the Blarney Stone. I like that there's an Irish Nelson. We get an Irish Nelson bully kid at the Blarney Stone who says, har, har.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. I'm going to say, I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but the Irish accent is top tier accent.
Yeah.
I love an Irish accent.
Yeah.
Be it on a dude or a lady. I'm just like, look at you fucking Irish. That's great. I'm just say more stuff.
Yeah. It's very distinct.
Yep. I like it.
I'm a man, not an accent. No one cares. Keep talking.
Dance, chimp. Yeah. So Homer and Abe are at this pub, and they're fucking shithouse wasted after meeting the owner and him lamenting that no one comes there anymore. They wake up the next morning, and it turns out they bought it.
They own a bar.
They got drunk and bought the pub. Who hasn't been there?
Yeah, who hasn't bought a bar in Ireland accidentally?
And now, obviously, they're on hard times because no customers are coming. That was that guy's whole thing. And they import Mo to help run this pub, who ships himself to fucking Ireland. And he's like, well, you got to figure out what no one can do anywhere else, and then you let them do that in your bar. This can be the bar where they can break a law, is how he suggests they do it. And they realize that you can't smoke in pubs anymore, so they allow smoking in their pub, and that's how they get a clientele, and it works.
Yeah,
they're fucking. They bring in a bunch of folks, and they're fucking smoking up a storm in there. The days of smoking in bars, I do not miss at all.
Oh God, do I not?
Like
just feeling like you have to burn every article of clothing, you have to shave your head.
Yeah, rough fucking days. And of course, like, I was wondering this when they were starting this, like, oh, are we gonna get like a fun Mo hits a button and all the things turn if some authority figure comes in? But no, the cops just come in and everyone's smoking, and they're like, that's illegal, and they shut it down.
Yeah.
Like, there's no.
I think it's like 1930s G-men with axes chopping ashtrays in half and
it's
shit.
So good. So they're busted by the cops, and Homer goes to court, and they are deported and fined, and that's the end. They just wrap it up. They kick the Simpsons out of Ireland.
There's a couple decent gags. There's one where I don't know if they're flying or driving. They keep seeing things that they're naming off important things. And one is Kathy Ireland, supermodel Kathy Ireland.
Yep.
And the quick blurb on the screen was not the actual Kathy Ireland. We asked her to be on the show, but she said no. we wish her well.
Yeah.
I got a kick out of that.
Also, if you're 2009 Kathy Ireland, why wouldn't you fucking do it?
Yeah.
Like, you're past your...
Unless she doesn't live anywhere near Hollywood
Maybe that's
anymore.
it.
Yeah.
Like you're not fucking raking in them Maxim bucks no more.
Or those Sports Illustrated swimsuit issues.
Yeah, get your money where you can, Kathy.
Yeah. I would have, maybe she was busy raising kids at this point.
What do you think she's up to right now? She can't be like culturally relevant.
Modeling some line, her own designer line of Walmart middle-aged women's snow pants.
I bet that's exactly it. She has a line at Macy's of jewelry and perfume. That's
one thing of Kathy Ireland, while being very attractive, wasn't like impossibly. She wasn't like a 6'1" Scandinavian woman with like insane fucking cheekbones. She looks like a normal lady. She's just really fucking pretty. Like,
Kathy Ireland, super good looking lady, but doesn't look like she was built in a lab.
She doesn't look like eugenics.
Right,
you know?
like some supermodels, you're like, who designed you?
Who designed Elle McPherson?
Right,
6'4".
Shit, swoon.
Yeah, right.
Natasha Henstridge, who built you?
Claudia Schiffer, was that her name?
Yeah, Claudia
Jesus,
Schiffer. Yeah.
Another great gag was that billboard that said U2 moving crew, and all the members of U2, we move in mysterious ways.
That was very funny.
Such a random ass song of theirs, a reference.
Good U2
Yeah,
joke.
It is.
That's a hit, though. I mean, that's one
it was
people
a single.
know.
Yeah. So, again, just an episode. Yeah, I had the same note. It's getting hard to remember smoking in bars.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a minute in North Dakota.
Yeah, a long time. I was probably 21 when they took that away.
I think it's something like 20 states still don't have a statewide rule on. Isn't that wild? There's that. The fact that North Dakota was that early to adopt it.
Right.
Yeah.
Although even in North Dakota, I've been in bars within the last 5 years that are like, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah.
What are they going to fucking arrest me?
Yeah, right.
Because North Dakota's got a lot of that attitude about it.
This bar is worth $400.
Right. Yes.
You want to pay the taxes? Go right ahead. We are up to episode 15, Wedding for Disaster. Waiting for Disaster.
It made me think of Molly Hatchet flirting with disaster, but I bet that's not it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a movie in the 90s called Waiting for Disaster.
Fucking Molly Hatchet.
Someone was recently mentioning that Molly Hatchet and Leonard Skinner run MCA Records, and MCA has a thing that if they have like all of your rights, you will never stop touring even though there's no original members. So there have been versions of Molly Hatchet that have toured with not one original member.
Crazy.
Which is so awesome.
What the fuck?
Think of that. Like, I like the idea of a touring act that has no one that even 20 years after their heyday was a part of the band.
Yeah, none of us wrote these songs.
I don't think Molly Hatchet had a hit past the 70s. I mean, I don't think they had a lot of hits.
Right, probably only a couple.
I don't think they had any cultural relevance past 1980, and they probably got band members that joined in 2002, and they're the longest tenured ones. Isn't that wild? That they just have a vague recollection of Molly Hatchet as a cultural thing. Like,
I fucking hate that Flirting with Disaster song. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, why is there this one? Yeah. Why is there this one scat bit in this one?
There's a couple scat bits. They're just like, what is going on?
Shit.
Is this like some Patsy Cline? You only got one take, so they're just fucking making up lyrics so they forget them? Yeah. Molly Hatchet.
Flirting with Disaster.
Oh boy, we're in trouble for this one, Pete.
Just yes anding their way through this fucking hillbilly anthem.
And fucking people just loving it,
just eating it up.
We get a very involved couch gig where everybody is a food item of the Simpson family.
Yep.
And they're all eaten. And I know, just thinking off the top of my head, Marge is spaghetti and meatballs. I think Bart is a T-bone steak.
Yeah, Bart's a steak.
And then I don't know, the nicest touch is when the bill gets, because it's a fancy restaurant, there's like soft music. When the bill gets dropped off, Maggie is the mint.
The peppermint, yep.
And then a camera pans back. We have comic book guy sitting alone. He dabs his face with a napkin and drops it. And the grease forms the Simpsons on the couch.
Yep.
That's involved.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, I was pretty into it.
And right away, we end up in the church. Reverend Lovejoy announces that the Parsons is showing up at their congregation, and we're quickly reminded, because I had completely forgotten, about Ned Flanders' high-pitched woman scream.
Yeah, and he faints.
He freaks out like it's 1959 and Elvis is on stage. Like,
I love the girl scream that comes out of Ned Flanders.
And grew up in a Protestant church. What the fuck is a Parsons?
I have no idea. I have, my first note is the parson is coming, and then in parentheses, Pope of Presbyterians, question mark? That's the vibe I'm getting.
But he's it's more like regional too.
Maybe a bishop. Maybe not the Pope. Maybe a bishop or a deacon. I don't know.
I remember seeing pictures of one of my Catholic buddies from his confirmation, and it was him, the priest, and then some fucking dude in all sorts of a big silly hat. I'm like, who is? I don't know if it was a cardinal. Might have
been a bishop. I know regional dioceses will send bishops to confirmation.
Oh, really?
There's a bishop at my confirmation.
And they get a silly hat, too?
Yeah, he can only move diagonally. Oh, yeah. But he makes it work.
God, the silly hats, it's crazy. That's the thing. You're just a guy.
Yeah.
You don't have to have that silly hat on.
You drove down here in a Subaru,
you
sir.
Have a Chevy fucking Malibu in this parking lot, man. Take that, dumb. You're not going to fit in that fucking car with that hat, you goddamn weirdo. That should be a rule. If you can't wear your silly hat in a fucking car, you don't get to wear it inside, man. If you're that important, you get to drive in a fucking bus.
Brother, you took a big dump this morning, same as the rest of us did.
It was just as concerning as the rest of ours were.
Fucking come in here with your big cardboard hat.
Yeah. Jesus, that's wild. Take that fucking hat off, you goddamn clown. That's the way to get your confirmation rescinded.
Yep, they will take that piece of paper back right now.
So the Parsons shows up, and he's real laid back. I think he's almost like Bing Crosby.
I was going to say, I think he's supposed to be Bing Crosby.
Yeah, real laid back. Likes to golf, golf clubs.
Still make the golf goes by 3. Yeah.
He goes and visits Lovejoy. And kind of explains to Lovejoy there was some kind of paperwork snafu.
Yep.
Is that
there was a problem running his credit card on his recertification, so there was a moment that it's been sorted out now, but there was a stretch there where he wasn't a real preacher.
Yeah. I know he calls the long bearded dude at the old folks home and mentions that he wasn't actually a pastor for his wife's funeral.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, that doesn't mean she's coming back, does it? He's concerned that she will rise from the dead.
Yeah. Him going around and making amends, having to be like this sounds like the phone calls you have to make once you find out you have an STD. Yeah. Hey, you remember a few weeks back?
Oh man. I know there's nothing more boring than talking about old TV shows, but there's a great SNL sketch where it's James Bond finding out he has all these STDs.
Oh,
and he has to call all these, and he calls, hello, is Batman there? Wait a second, Robin, stay on the line. This concerns you too. It's like the idea of James Bond fucking Batman and Robin.
That's fucking funny.
He has, what is it? You have 107 STDs, 2 of which are only found in sharks. And oh, hell, that's interesting, but I stiff upper lip. He's a Brit, I'll roll with the punches. So the major crux in the storyline is one of the things that he wasn't legal, or he wasn't technically a pastor for, was Homer and Marge's remarriage after the whole LA or Las Vegas fucking kerfluffle.
And we get a quick little recap of I don't know that we've gotten this before, where it's hey, remember 4 seasons ago? Here's a 10-second recap of what we're talking about.
Yeah. So it turns out that they're not married in the eyes of the Lord.
Yep, it didn't count.
So they decide to have another wedding to legitimize their union once and for all. And Homer goes out of his way to really put some pizzazz on asking Marge to get married again.
Yeah.
Fucking, I shit on Homer when he's a terrible husband or father. He's fucking spouse of the year.
In
all the
one.
moving parts and shit like that. Like,
yeah.
Because they always go back, fucking, no matter how big of a dope Homer is, he's still fucking gaga over Marge. You know? Like,
he does good in this one.
This is the show that George Bush thought was going to ruin America. Loving married couple.
Yeah.
So he goes all out. Then now she, of course, says yes. And this is, it just feels so shoehorned because this is around the time when this was a cultural thing. The Bridezilla shit.
Yeah.
It's just, of course she is. And she's just being demanding about everything. And fucking, it's a lot of like just montages of them being in different shops, buying things for a wedding, and Marge flipping shit about everything.
Yeah. Her being more and more domineering in all of this and more demanding.
And then we get to the actual wedding, and Marge is again all worked up. Being a bitch, no way around it. And it's go time. It's like, oh, gotta get the groom. And she goes into the room that Homer was supposed to be in, and there's just an open door.
Yep.
And Homer is nowhere to be seen. And Marge is obviously devastated by that. And there's a great, because like Maggie is somehow in charge of cueing the music. And she does like and then it's whatever, like the music they play when a bride enters.
Yeah, like Here Comes the Bride.
Yep. Then, oh, that old one.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then when she realizes, oh, shit's went off the rails, she just like snaps again, and they put hats on and they play like a jaunty tune.
Yeah, like a jazz tune.
Yeah, that was a good visual gag. So now Marge is heartbroken, and Homer wakes up chained in darkness. It's Saw 1.
Yeah, he's being sawed.
He's in the Saw basement. Nowhere knows where to find Homer. It's up to Bart and Lisa to save the day, because I think it's Lisa finds a keychain with the initials SB on it, and they assume that means Sideshow Bob.
Yep, safe assumption.
I would have. Yep.
I wasn't fooled. I was like, "There's not."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, because Sideshow Bob's got no beef with Homer.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. Yeah. And they do hunt Sideshow Bob down. He is out of jail, but turns out he's just been chilling with Krusty. I like that they're bros again. After
they're just hanging out.
Like, earlier today we watched The House of Sand and Fog, and later today we're gonna watch the director commentary on The House of Sand and Fog. Throw this out there: if you haven't seen The House of Sand and Fog, an amazing movie.
Really?
Amazing
I haven't.
movie. Yep.
What's it? What's the 2-sentence back of the box teaser? What is
it? It involves a woman. I can't remember that owns a house. I don't know if it's a house, and an immigrant couple somehow gets involved, and there's some kind of mistake, and like they think they own it. And it's a very simple idea, but it's just devastating. And like she has a boyfriend that's a cop, and it's like everyone's on the edge and everyone's lives are in shambles. And he's like, fuck, like they're fucking immigrants. I'm a cop. No one will believe them. They'll believe me.
Oh, good.
And it's
Jesus.
fucking not a date movie. It is very sad. But holy shit, is it good.
As soon as you were like, there's this couple and they have a house, I was like, if he says, and there's sand and fog.
Yeah. Oh, no. And there's a party. There's a house party. Kid and play are there. It's actually House Party 3.
It's House Party 3. Yeah. You should write like the one paragraph back of the box teasers for movies you haven't seen in 15 years. Yeah. Just off the top of your head.
There's a house and there's people and they're pissed. Someone's pissed.
Someone's mad at somebody. It's real sad. Yeah. 5 stars.
Someone's some kind of Asian. Some kind of Asian is involved. So they keep doing some deep diving because obviously it's not Sideshow Bob. Turns out the SB stands for Selma Bouvier, which this is just dumb. Like this is, for me, it's like this is too far. They wouldn't fucking chain up Homer and torture him in a basement. It's just dumb. This kicked me out of it. I was like, okay, I'm on fucking autopilot here. Poor writing. Homer confesses while he's in the goddamn torture chamber, he confesses his love for Marge, and Selma and Patty break down and let him go. It's like Homer's at home in his tux, like rubbing his head. Marge is happy. He's like, next thing I know, the 2 trolls are throwing me out of a moving van. But the one thing I kind of enjoyed was Bart and Lisa figured out it was Patty and Selma, and they like that was a nice move.
Yeah,
and they blackmail them into having an actual like. I think it's they go to the courthouse and they just do the simple paperwork. I'm sorry that we couldn't do anything fancy. And then they leave the courthouse and there's a big wedding reception outside of the courthouse.
They make the Bouvier sisters pay for it.
Yeah. So that part was okay. They had a nice ending. A lot of wholesome endings in this batch.
Yeah.
But man, it just, the Bridezilla shit seemed forced, and then the fucking Saw shit, like, that's too far, in my head.
Yeah, it was not my favorite episode. Maybe my least favorite of the batch, actually, now that I'm looking at it. The one bit I did like was the Saw thing they have him do is the key to his leg cuffs is in a lollipop, but it's a lollipop made of hot sauce with the key in the middle. Yeah. And he's like sitting there licking it, just crying and sweating. I thought that was funny.
And like talking, giving like a play-by-play as he does it, like...
And then in my head, I was like, I wonder if hot sauce lollipop is a real thing. As a big hot sauce fan, I would try a hot sauce lollipop.
That sounds like punishment.
I love both of those things.
Like a good lolly?
I love a good lolly.
I'm not a big lolly guy.
I'm a lolly man. Yep. I have eaten a lolly in the shotgun seat of your car on the way to comedy gigs.
I think they're just not tasty enough. They're not
really?
Worth the financial investment.
What? Okay. A, they're a dime.
Yeah.
B,
that's true.
They're nothing but sweet. They're just candy.
Yeah. But again, I am more of a choco boy than a sugar boy.
You can get a chocolate Tootsie Pop. That's chocolate flavor and chocolate in the middle.
And that's a chocolate I don't care for that much. Tootsie Roll chocolate is some of my least favorite chocolate.
Really?
Yeah. Like the little unrolly ones. I mean, I'll toss it down my head, but it's not.
Ain't no making you happy.
Yep. Or this long stick.
Yep.
That's a dad candy there. My dad would rock a long Tootsie stick. Everything. I would just look like, what are you doing? I'm
not one for the long Tootsie stick, but I am one for the long Laffy Taffy stick. Like a banana Laffy Taffy stick.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'll get at it all day.
I don't know if I'd rock banana as first choice, but some of those Laffy Taffies are pretty damn tasty.
Yeah, banana with a bullet.
What do you rather have? You rather have a long Tootsie stick or a long cowtail?
Cowtail for sure. Fucking cowtail over a Tootsie Roll any day.
And I'm not the biggest cowtail guy, but I lean that way too.
Yeah, like caramel and cream. Fuck yeah, give it to me.
That fake cream is not, of all the confectionery things you can get, that's low on the totem pole.
It's like what's in the middle of a salted nut roll.
Well, again, and that's the reason I'm not a big salted nut roll guy.
It's like stiff cake frosting.
Yep, exactly. That's the best way to describe it.
Second week in a row, cowtail has come up on this show. Like I said last week, I hope that's not regional. I hope people aren't going, what the fuck's a cowtail?
Yeah, you are a man for the sugary, like fruit flavored snacks.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm way more of a give me gummy worms over a Snicker bar any fucking day of the week.
I'm a choco boy.
Yeah, I also like that, but
Daddy needs his cups. Give me them Reese cups, Poppy.
Jesus Christ.
As the confused boy at a small town gas station steps backwards. I'm just gonna.
Oh no!
Run to his dad's spraying pickup that he drives to work.
Oh shit. One last one, episode 16 is Eeny Teeny Maya Mo. Pretty solid episode name. I'll give him that.
My favorite of this batch by far.
Easily my favorite episode of this batch. This episode rules.
This redeemed a subpar batch of episodes.
Yep. We get Marge chastising Homer because he doesn't spend enough time with Maggie. He's like diligently ignoring her while he's watching hockey,
pushing her aside.
Yeah, literally pushes her aside when she's got Pat the Bunny, the fucking book that she's holding up, and he just shoves his little girl.
Shoves a 10-month-old baby aside.
No, it's not time for Pat the Bunny.
When he fucking calls her Muggsy. Time for a day with Muggsy. It's Maggie. Who fucking names a baby girl Muggsy?
Muggsy. Why would her name... Oh. Yeah, fucking Homer. We go down to Moe's bar, and Moe is... Moe cleaning the bar. And when he... when he wipes what we think is just forest green wall
as a window,
but it's the grime that is crusted over the inside of the bar, and there's a window underneath it. Jesus, as somebody who keeps a pretty clean house, I was disgusted.
Just like something that relates to us, one of the comedy open mics we do is also it's a coffee shop that has like punk bands, and they have their own PA system that we use. They had a 2-week hiatus, and during that time, they cleaned the mic. The mic is a whole different color than I ever thought it was.
Oh, my God.
There was so much built-up punk fucking barf and snot from all the fart rock bands that played there on the weekends. When I saw that, you know me, I'm a dirt dog. That almost turned my... I was like, oh, no. That mic is an inch thinner now. It's like how much gross shit.
Jesus. Yeah, because they got that fat pop filter on there, right? That big fucking poof ball.
It used to be like a fucking roll of fucking Copenhagen in your hand. Now it fits like a normal mic. They fucking chisel it off. There's so much built up gunk they had to chisel shit off of it.
God damn it.
Oh, why?
Why? It's amazing that COVID happened.
Right.
Like when we're all so clean.
Yeah.
So Mo finds out he has a window. We look out the window, and there's either a park or a daycare.
I thought a daycare.
I thought daycare also because there's too many unattended babies. Yeah. So turns out there's one of those next door. So Homer's like, well, I'll just bring Maggie with me all the time and leave her over there, and I'll get fucking shithoused. And so that's what we're doing. Mo tells the story about a nice lady that he met online. Mo at the fucking public library using their internet like a creep. Chatting up with Maya. And this is why he's cleaning, is because she's going to come over and they're going to meet for the first time. So he's sprucing up the bar a little. Meanwhile, at the daycare, Maggie is like confronted by these bully babies who all have like chains and shit. Like
very scary.
It's fucking warriors in here.
Like a street gang,
and then Homer, it keeps working out this way that just about the time she's about to get the fucking dog shit stomped out of her, Homer's like, okay, Maggie, time to go, and takes her away. That'll keep happening in this episode. Mo has a picture of Maya that she sent him, and she's a fucking knockout. She's a looker. Cutie. And then, so he's... Man, him in the bar getting ready for the date, he washes his hair with beer out of the tap and then squeegees it into the pickled egg jar and then spritzes like mint schnapps under his pits. Like, God damn it. This is disgusting.
I did like earlier too when he was talking to her online and she sent him a picture and it was his turn to send her a picture and he does all that editing. Yeah. But then to his credit, he doesn't do any honey dicking. He just changes it back and sends it back.
Yeah.
Fucking honey dicking. God. Someone explain that term to me. It's just like, that's if you're fucking if your fucking Tinder profile pic is from 7 years and 150 pounds, probably your honey dicking. It's fucking setting that fucking trap.
Ah, man.
Are you too apathetic to be angry and leave? Or are you going to stick it out?
Are you too polite to leave this date?
Literally, I have a friend who's literally 200 pounds lighter. He's a whole other person now. It's insane. Like, his head is twice as wide, and now he's completely bald.
I mean, I have been swerved by some deceptive Tinder photos myself. So
those up top photos,
real high angles. Just the head. If you flip through 8 pictures and it's all just face pictures, that's not on accident.
Yeah, it's like her body's gonna look like that Miss Elliott blow up suit. That's just not fat. You got some kind of reaction going on.
There's a difference between knowing which photos are your best and being deceptive.
Yeah, right. I, as a chunk, I always they get the full body pic.
Yeah, I always include a couple. Yeah. I ain't here to fucking lie to you.
Yeah, and then I'm a heifer. Let you know. Get it out there.
Heifer. That's the second time you've said that word this episode. Heifer's a fucking good word.
That is a very good word, yeah.
Just feels good. Makes for a good describer.
Yeah.
Makes for a good insult. Like, heifer's a versatile one. Oh, I lost my place. So here's Maya coming in, and Mo opens the door, and we do that sight gag, of course, of Mo being like, there's nobody here.
Really little.
And she is a little person.
Yeah.
And a very little person. Like, she's up to, like, Mo's, not even his waist, like mid-thigh.
She's like 3 foot tall max.
Yep. And Mo, super awkward at first, because he's not, like...
Yep.
I might stumble over what I'm trying to say,
I would too.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
Mo is taken aback, but still, like, into
smitten.
He's trying not to be rude is what he's doing.
Yeah.
So he stumbles and stammers a little bit, but they fucking hit it off pretty immediately. They're making out at third base point, which is fun.
I think it's before she gets in his car, and doesn't he ask if she wants a booster seat? And she's kind of insulted.
I know, he's like, I'm going to put the car seat in.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Because he takes the fucking passenger seat out to improve his gas mileage. That's so fucking insane. You know how little that would make a difference of fucking...
And how much effort it takes to pull a seat out of a car.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I did like, though,
that was a good
I'll
gag.
get the car seat. The car seat, she's mad right away.
He's holding up like a factory car seat.
Yeah, like a full shotgun car seat.
Take it out to improve gas mileage.
Jesus Christ. We get another shot of Maggie at the little daycare with what is clearly Kearney's baby.
Kid, yeah.
Like, who just looks like Kearney. And at one point has the glass bottles on his fingers doing the Warriors thing. That was super funny. But again, Homer, like, unbeknownst to him, swoops in at the last minute and scoops her up because it's time to go.
Because he's half in the bag. Oh, I'm sorry. You can have fun with your friends tomorrow.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, realizing he just saved her life,
right,
unwittingly.
And then, like, he turns away, and the bully babies are all like, punching their own palms, like, fuck it, we'll be waiting for you. Marge is concerned because, like she doesn't trust Homer. Like, he's spending a ton of time with Maggie, but what's he actually doing? Which is about the time she sees an ad for a nanny cam on television, and this is where they introduce kind of a C story or a new element to the B story of Marge not trusting Homer. So she gets a nanny cam, pins it on Maggie, I think on her bow.
Yep.
Back to Mo and Maya. Maya lives in Ogdenville. We haven't visited Ogdenville in a long time. We haven't seen America's Barley Basket in a very long time. Mo, for a second, thinks she lives in the tree like the Keebler elves.
Oh, so great.
God damn it, Mo. Like, he keeps stepping in it every so often here, but nothing too horrible.
Yeah.
Like, with this show, how are they going to handle this is not a guarantee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the Simpsons can miss pretty hard on some spicy things. So, but they do well. Maya, they're hanging out, they're enjoying themselves. They're fucking in it. They are hitting it off. They're big fans. And she's concerned that, you never, introduced me to any of your friends. So they set up a double date with the Simpsons. Marge, when she's getting ready, watches the DVD of the nanny cam, but she, gets distracted and then turns it off before any of the bad shit, before Maggie gets confronted by the bullies or anything. So she's still out of the loop on what's going on with Homer and Maggie. So they go out on their double date. Mo proposes to Maya, and they each crack a couple of short jokes, but then Mo makes too many, and she gets mad and throws him out.
Yeah.
I have been in this exact situation of, we're both making fun of this thing, but suddenly you decided it wasn't funny anymore. But I didn't get that memo, so now I'm the asshole.
Yeah.
I have stepped on that rake so many times, Nathan.
It's like, I go hard in the paint.
Right.
Yep. You don't fucking run a pick and roll with Karl Malone if you don't want to hammer dunk. I'm gonna hammer dunk. There's plenty of fellas out there shooting mid-range J's, you know.
Right.
If you mid-range J guy, that's cool. I'm throwing down. I want 3 the hard way, hooping the harm.
Like, you can't open this door of let's crack jokes and then be mad when I walk through the door.
When it gets dark. It's gonna get dark.
That's entrapment is what that is. That's I'm
mentally ill.
You listen here.
Yeah, you know this.
You are in my house.
Laughter's my house.
Oh, that has happened so many times. That has, and like that very thing, like this episode got a hold of me at this point because I've had this go that way and then end several times.
With little people?
Not with little people.
Oh, that would be interesting.
I've yet to date a little person.
Yeah.
I'd be totally open to it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could too. Who am I to fucking...
You had to think about it? Really?
Yeah, you gotta think there's any other angles that you're not thinking of, you know?
Well...
Like, angles, especially angles. Zero get the sex thing. Fun. We're having fun.
They make that joke earlier when they show up for the double date and Homer's just like, listen, I have some questions. Mechanical questions. And then like there's that long pause. He's like, how does a nuclear power plant make electricity?
Yeah.
Like that's the question he has. That was a fun.
She had an answer.
Yeah. I believe it makes steam and turns a turbine. That was a fun joke.
Yeah.
So Mo, fucking walked through the joke door he was invited into and paid for it. And then loses his fucking mind, decides that what the grand gesture he should make to Maya is to get shortened, to get surgically shortened.
Which Dr. Hibbert's like, I will not perform that surgery.
Right. No doctor would perform this immoral surgery.
Au contraire.
Yeah, because the next thing we see is Dr. Nick.
I did a legit fist pump, like, yes.
Yep.
Finally.
Just last week, we were like, where's he been? Did he actually die in the movie?
Is he out canon? Did they remove him? Oh, thankfully, someone came to their senses. We got Doctor. My note just says, Dr. fucking Nick with 3 exclamation points. Because he deserves it.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, Dr. Nick's a good character.
Yeah.
They completely abandon him.
Yeah. Like so many. We got just a fucking 5-second taste of the sea captain last episode, and he was gone again.
Yeah, where he gets capsized, yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the guys Lovejoy is calling about, hey, I didn't actually bless your boat.
Yeah.
So Mo's getting ready to go through with this surgery. Then Maya comes in and sees what he's up to and gives a speech about how he's not seeing her for... Maybe I'm the asshole. I think Maya's in the wrong for quite a bit of the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Like, listen, him wanting to chop himself down surgically into a little person is too far for sure. I'm with her there. But, like, I don't know.
The thought that counts, maybe?
Fucking give Mo another chance.
Right?
Jesus.
Yeah.
You have one strike and you're out. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You're right, yeah.
Or maybe I'm just sour that the catalyst for all of this was we were both joking and then you decided it wasn't funny.
Yeah. There was nothing mentioned.
I didn't hear a whistle. I didn't hear no bell.
You play to the whistle.
Yeah.
Yep. You play.
Unbelievable.
It's like MMA. I sometimes have trouble with how many fucking headshots they get in after a guy's clearly out.
Yep.
You play
till
fight
the ref pulls you off.
And we're gonna beat up the joke subject until someone kicks me off of it.
Yep. Exactly, because that's how it works. Anyway, I need to get off my
talk to
high
somebody.
horse here. Yeah, therapy discussion maybe. So she gives him a speech and takes off. Back at the house, Marge sees the video, but it's super wholesome, like the video of Maggie and Homer.
Yeah,
and so she's like happy that he spends as much time with her as he does.
that fucking footage of baby Kearney beating up Homer.
Yep.
Fucking braining him with the teeter-totter.
Is so
pulling
good.
him over to the sandbox and filling his mouth full of sand would be such an awful torture.
Yep.
And then fucking Maggie cold cock at fucking baby Curdy.
Jacks him one.
Oh, yeah. It was a wholesome ending. And then we get the fucking, we get Mo at home, I'm assuming, looking at that, like, picture of Maya.
At the bar. He's at the bar.
Oh, yeah. What is it? Whoever thought a little woman could make me feel so big. I was like, what a fucking...
What the hell?
Poignant ending. Yeah.
Like there's a... Like Mo has a sweet moment. It's a loved than lost than never at all kind of ending, and wild.
Very good episode.
This is such a fucking good episode,
especially when you have 4 snoozers ahead of it. Like, this was rounding out to be one of the most disappointing batches, like in 6 or 7 seasons for me.
Yeah, this was, I think this whole batch is pretty middling. I don't think any of it's bad, but I think it's all like, this is fine.
Like ones are like, oh, it's over. It's like, oh shit, like, did anything eventful, fun, super funny happen?
Right.
I think even last week was kind of that way. And just like last week, the final episode was the cherry on top.
The big one, yeah. I thought of that too when we were watching this week.
But this one was good. Could you go wrong with a Mo-centric episode? I haven't seen it yet.
So. Yeah. No, I think because there's only been, 4 total?
Probably.
But they've all been fucking bangers.
One that I could think of, a very early one, is where we find out he had a boxing career.
Yep.
And he training
the
Homer.
Manager. Yep.
Then there's the one where he gets the plastic surgery, changes his look. Yeah.
And there's the one where he goes to his bartending college and redoes his bar.
Yeah, Jesus, I forgot about that. And
There's
all of
one
them are
where
good.
him and Lisa are friends.
Oh yeah, another also good. Yeah.
The Mo episodes are always good.
Yeah. Well, you probably couldn't overdo it with Mo. You get sick of Mo after a while, probably.
Probably.
But we could stand for a couple more.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
No.
I like a Mo episode. Next week it's going to line up perfectly. I love when this happens. It's not very often, but the rest of season 20 is it. 17 to 21.
Oh, does it end that way?
It ends perfectly. I love when that happens. Feels good.
Good.
So 17 to 21, which is simply just the rest of season 20, is your homework for next week. We'll wrap it up. I feel like we just started season 20 and we're fucking done already.
It's done.
Wild.
Yep. Like a lot of that is some very uneventful episodes.
Yeah. Like I feel like the switch to HD was the big story.
Big pop of the new opening.
Yeah. Yep. New openings all the time.
The 3-eyed bird.
Yep. Yeah. We got the weird crow in the beginning now. The billboard gag has been added in. Yeah. It's as a whole, the season itself, the episodes are like fine with a few good ones here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I remember liking the treehouse with the Charlie Brown pumpkin.
Yeah.
Part of it.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. It's had a few moments.
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking watch them.
Why not?
I'm going to watch The Simpsons. I've been watching The Simpsons for over a year now.
Yeah. You know what else we should... Go ahead.
Part of my life.
Yeah. Mine too.
And whenever I want to watch a new show, like, nope. You got Simpsons to watch. Mm-hmm. You go fucking do your fucking homework. You fucking watch your fucking Simpsons, you fucking dirty bitch.
We need to talk about how you speak to yourself.
Yeah, usually I'm like in line at the bank or something.
You also need a therapy, apparently.
Just leave the line at the bank. Thought that man was going to make a deposit. Apparently he has to go watch The Simpsons.
It will have happened by the time this comes out, but we're recording before it. Do you have Super Bowl predictions?
If I had to put money down the Rams, I want Cincinnati to win, but I would bet on the Rams.
I'm the same way. Yeah. I am rooting for Cincinnati, but if I were betting, I would bet on Los Angeles.
I just hope everyone has fun at the Super Bowl.
Yep. But at the same time, I would be fine with LA winning too, because like poor Matthew Stafford sure had to put in the fucking the dirty hours in Detroit those years. Yeah.
It's like he used to work at White Castle. Now he gets to work at a 5-star restaurant. This is his time to shine.
So you root for him. Yeah. So I am good with a win either way.
Yeah, I don't hate any of these teams.
No. And I like when small market teams get... Actually, you know what? With our listenership in Ohio, we should root for the Bengals.
Yeah. Oh, I am totally rooting for the Bengals, yeah.
So...
Let's hope it happens.
That'll be tonight. Halftime show ought to be good.
Yeah, I'll be loading up on chips and dip at that time.
Watch the halftime show. Come on.
I'm all about football.
I need more hot cheese dip.
Yeah, give me more queso. Bury me in queso.
In there just boofing queso.
Yeah. Oh, God, it wouldn't be the worst thing.
I thought you were going to say it would be the first time.
Yeah. College was weird.
Oh, shit. Well, enjoy the game. If you're listening to this, I hope you enjoyed the game. We're going to cover all of our tenses.
Yeah.
And finish out season 20. And find us on the internet at Barley Basket USA on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. BarleyBasketUSA@gmail.com is the email address. Everyone enjoy your week.
Bye, everybody.